Alright, hey guys. My last video had radial interception using the RMI. So I just thought before that we could also just I wanted to make a video on actually understanding radial interception. So radial interception. Alright, so this will be a quick video on different types of radial interceptions, and using those videos which I made, I will be making on HSI as well. You better refer to this video first, and then you go on to those HSI and RMI videos. Now the deal with the radial interception is that generally most instructors ask you what is the heading you're planning to fly, but honestly it doesn't really matter. It is just which side you want to turn, that is more important. So I will just start off with what are the steps that we need to do in a radial interception, so that the procedure should be known and it should become easy for you to do it. So step 1, know where you are. Step 2, where to go or where to turn. Okay. Step 3, heading to fly. Alright, where you are right now, where you want to go or where you want to turn, and what heading to fly. So generally the last step is the one which I really don't emphasize on. I would just say turn whatever heading, but just be bang on. It's important to turn the right side, the correct right or left side, which side you're turning. The direction is important rather than what to fly. But anyway, I will also give you a easy way to know approximately which heading to fly, so that your interception is more accurate and your performance is good, at least consistent for that matter. So alright, so radial interception, what we have to do is there are different types of it. So I will just note it down, I will write it down here. And the first one is immediately, maybe after, immediately. Okay, double M, fine. Immediately after takeoff. Second, you're already on a radial outbound, but you have been asked to change that. You're on a radial inbound, but asked to change again. You are going out, asked to come inbound, and you are inbound and asked to come outbound. Alright, so these are the 5 types of basic radial interceptions that we'll be discussing. Now before that, quickly, we just to have a quick idea what is this outbound and inbound words. So a VOR station is a station antenna, that VOR antenna, where there are 360-degree radials in omnidirection. So basically in all directions you have 360 degrees, and from the top starting 360, right is 090, 180 and 270, and all the numbers in between, quadrilaterals and everything. You have 225 here, 135 here, and 045 here, and so on, and yeah, 315 here. So this is how it is, and each radial is what your value basically. Alright, so now when we discuss outbound, it means that you're going away from the station. So if I say you're on radial 135 and going outbound, that means you're going away from the station. If I say you are coming inbound on 180, you're coming towards the station on radial 180. By default, if anybody is using the word radial 180, you are on radial 180, that means you are going out. Clear? Very important point. So if anybody tells you you're on radial 045, that means by default you're going outbound, otherwise said inbound. Okay, unless until it is said, mentioned. Okay, so now let's start off immediately. Let's not waste a lot of time on that. Let's start off with what did I mean by immediately after takeoff. So immediately after takeoff is quite simple. So you have a runway here, alright, and this is say 09, this is say 27. Okay, so now this just imagine for the sake of it that the VOR is right on the runway perhaps, or whatever. So you're taking off say 09er. Alright, so now you've been asked to intercept radial maybe 100. Okay, so the first step, you should know that where you are, so you know you're on runway, so you're not on any radial. Where to go, where to turn. So where to go, see, now imagination is the most important part about VOR and and radial interception stuff. So you need to know where you are currently and where you have to go. So you remember that 100, if you see, this is the 100 radial. So 100 is towards your right. So step 1 is, you know that you're on runway. Step 2, where to go, that is you have to turn right. Now heading to fly. Now for this, immediately after takeoff 1, I have a standard procedure. I suggest just plus minus 30 degrees. Okay, so if you're turning right, add 30. If you're turning left, subtract 30. Simple as that. That's all, it's done. So do not make it really complicated. Yes, and this correction is to be made always. All corrections to desired radial. Okay, so in this example, I'll just change over. So in this example, desired radial was 100. Okay, so the correction made, and we're turning right. We established that we're turning right. So the heading to fly is 130. Simple, cool. Now if, for example, quickly, if you're on 27 and if you're turning, you've been told to establish 250, so your heading to fly would be 220. Simple, subtract, because it's a left turn. That is immediately after takeoff, and it's the simplest of all. And that's I just recommend a standard plus or minus 30 degrees, and that's all about it. Okay, okay, so next we will do, as we had discussed, outbound to outbound, right? So number 1, outbound to outbound. So in this case, what I am trying to tell here is, you are already on a radial, say, okay, let's be on 090, outbound. Okay, and you've been asked to come on say 110. Okay, so you're already on 090 and you're asked to come on 110. Now step 1 is know where you are. So you know that you're going on 090 outbound. So step 1, 090 outbound. Second step, where to turn, where to go. Okay, the where to turn, if you can just imagine again, if you just shut this thing and just imagine 110 is towards the right of the current radial, so it's a right turn. Where to go. Now I will teach you guys something very standard procedure, so that you can apply in all the 4 cases, and excluding the takeoff one, because I've given you plus minus 30 there. So heading to fly, how do you do is, you can just note it down, desired minus current into 3, and add this to desired. That's all, and your radial interception is sorted out. Alright, seems surprising. Okay, let's try it out. So yeah, so the desired radial is 110, current radial 090 into 3 plus desired was 110. Okay, so this is 20 into 3, which is 60, plus 110 is 170. So your heading to fly is 170. Simple. So basically, if you're coming on a heading 170, you will come here, and when the needle starts moving, you will establish onto 110, right? So that's all about it. Desired minus current into 3 plus again desired. All corrections, remember I just mentioned here, all corrections to be made to desired radial only. So this correction is made to the desired radial only. So 170 is the heading to fly till interception, of course. Alright, now let's discuss inbound to inbound. Alright, in this also I just want to mention, suppose if it's a left turn, suppose here, let me just write plus or minus here. So now if it's a left turn and you've been asked to intercept radial say 070, the difference remains the same luckily here, and into 3 is also 60. Now in this case you will subtract, so it will be, in this case I will just write it down quickly. So what's your desired radial? 070 minus current radial 090 into 3. Okay, so do not just use the normal mathematics here. It is a modulus, it's basically a positive value always. So 20 into 3, 60, and this correction is to be made to desired course, right? So it will be minus 070. If you can just link up here, desired is 070, so minus 070 will give you 010, heading to fly 010 in this case. So basically you'll turn heading 010 and intercept it. Okay, at the end of the video I will give you guys a summarized view so that you can connect to all of it. Alright, let's continue. Inbound to inbound. Now inbound to inbound is quite similar. Alright, so inbound to inbound, what happens is, I'll consider a similar example so that it's easier to understand. So you are coming inbound on 110 and you've been asked to come inbound on 090. Simple, same thing. First step, where you are, 110 inbound, checked, and where to turn. If you again imagine 090 radial is towards your right side, alright, so your 090 is radial is towards your right side, so it's a right turn. Now there's a key important thing in inbound segment is, what I generally suggest and consider is, inbound is I like to use the course window as opposite radial. Okay, so just 090 means it will be 270, course will be 270. Okay, so what happens is, when if you are flying the glass cockpit if you are using the glass cockpit, it will have two windows saying heading and course. In inbound, what happens is, you will be flying the opposite. So in this case what happens is, if you are 110, so your heading is currently 290 and your course is also 290. Okay, and what course will you set? Course will you set in this, for 090 is 270, and heading to fly is the one which we have to find out. Cool. Opposite one is what we will set, course window, and the idea is simple, to make them equal, 290 and 270. We want 270 here as well. In outbound to outbound, what happens is, whatever you are flying, course is equal to radial, course is equal to heading. Okay, so your heading and course is same. If you are on 110, your heading 110, your radial is also 110, the course is also 110. Alright, so let's get back here. So it's a right turn. Alright, now simple again, desired. So in this case, what's the desired radial? You have to be on 270 and current radial is 290. From here you can even take these, it doesn't matter, its radial is gonna be the same, into 3, and this will also be 60. Again, I've just taken constant examples for you to understand the method first, and then we can concentrate on different examples. Alright, and then yeah, so we were giving all corrections to the inbound, all corrections to the desired radial. Now what is the desired radial here? It is 270. So all corrections to 270. Now this is where I want you to use the opposite one. Alright, so that is what is little tricky. You just have to remember all corrections to the desired radial. Now since it's a right turn and we'll just add to it. So it's 270 plus 60. Alright, so that is going to give you heading of 330. So heading to fly 330, something like this, and then we intercept it. Sweet. I hope you guys are understanding. Just try to connect to me. It is very simple, and you just have to be very good at imagining. So I would suggest you try more, practice more and more, so that you imagine where you are, where you want to go, where you are, where you want to go. That's all about it. Okay, now let's do the next segment, that is inbound to inbound, right? Yeah, no, inbound to inbound is already done. Inbound to outbound to outbound. Let's do outbound to inbound. Sorry, yeah, finally I got it right. Okay, so outbound to inbound. So I'm going to use constant examples for easy understanding. So again, let's say you are outbound on 110 and you've been asked to come inbound on 090. Okay, so in this case I would like to try to explain here. At this point, position 1, your heading, your course is 110, 110. Okay, cool. This is position 2. Now if you remember, we have asked to come on 090 inbound. The moment inbound clicks, all you have to do is remember that it's an opposite course. Okay, so 270. First step, again, where you are, you're on 110. Okay, outbound. Imagine again, just keep imagining, where is 090 radial? It's towards your left. So it's a first thing, step done is that 110 outbound. Second step, where to turn, it is a left turn. Okay, third step is to find heading to fly. Now heading to fly, again, what you just do the same thing here. Desired, what's your desired course, and what's your current radial? So in this case, just do the difference quickly. It's 20 again. 20 into 3 is 60 again. Okay, difference can be done between any radial. Do not mess up with the course and the radial or you are on. These are different things. Just subtract whichever given to you. So 110 minus 090 is 20. 20 into 3, 60. All corrections to be made to the desired course. Alright, so in this case what we will do, so it's a left turn. Alright, so now since you have already set 270, so that's what you have to be on. So in this case you're turning left, I've mentioned here. So what we will do is we'll just add 270 plus 60. That will give you 330. So heading to fly is 330. Now see, if you turn 330 somewhere here, you will intercept it. Cool. It's very simple, right? I mean, the desired course which I set here was 270. All corrections to be made to the desired course. That's the bottom line. Alright, now let's do another one, the last one, rather, inbound to outbound. Okay, so inbound to outbound, let's just use the same ones for easier understanding. Okay, you're on 090 inbound and asked to come on 110 outbound. Cool. Now what will happen with this is, at this point in time, number 1 position, number 1 heading, course at number 1 inbound, your heading is 270, your course is 270. Now in the second position here, you want to be on radial 110. Remember, when you're outbound, it is course and heading is same. So you want to be on course 110. So there's no reciprocal in outbound cases. Only in inbound you just have to imagine the reciprocal. Alright, so now what, first step, simple, where you are, 090 inbound. Where do you have to go? 110 is to your left right now. From this position it's towards your left, so it's a left turn. Then heading to fly, difference is again 20 into 3, that is 60. Now 110 is your desired course that you have set here, as you can see, desired course, and it's left turn, it will be a plus 60. Alright, so that will give you a heading 170, and then hence you will start the turn and you'll be on the radial. So you guys must be very confused, I'm sure, I think, about the addition and subtraction, when to add, when to subtract, since I actually just wrote plus minus here. So now what I'm going to do is give you a constant table, so that you guys can just do it in within seconds, I could say. Alright, so in this case, if you remember, it was a left turn, right? So we just added it. Alright, in this case also it was a left turn and we added it. But in the outbound to outbound case, a left turn, you'll subtract it. So instead of me just talking about the subtraction and addition or whatever, I will write down a table so that you guys can just literally remember it forever. So simple table, just concentrate. Outbound to outbound and inbound to inbound. These guys are both paired up and both are same. And inbound to outbound, outbound to inbound. Now if you're going outbound to outbound or inbound to inbound, and you are, because you know the steps, right? Where you are, where to turn. If you find out where to turn is something that you have to imagine. That is not something that that could be taught directly. You have to imagine, learn it, imagine, practice. I could also give you a trick how to do it. I'll just give it at the end of the video. So these both guys are together. So if it is a right turn, okay, dogs are barking, isn't it? Alright, so once you establish that it's a right turn, or if it's a left turn, if it's a right turn, you have to add, and if it's a left turn, you have to subtract. Alright, and if it's an inbound to outbound, and if it's a right turn, or if it is a left turn, and if it's a right turn, you will subtract, and if it's a left turn, you will add. Now just to quickly see the example. Alright, let me just bring out. Alright, there's too much barking. Alright, so for example, let's see, outbound to outbound, I gave a right turn here. So if you see right turn, we had added 110 plus 60, 170, correct? If we were turning left, I subtracted 070 minus 60, we got 010 here. So that's how it works. This table is the easiest to remember. So outbound to outbound. Yeah, so this table is all about this all outbound to outbound. If you know the turn, you can just add or subtract to the desired course. All right. So yeah, so easy. I was just trying to tell you about how to practice, how to know where you are, and easier way to practice to know where you are. So I suggest divide these sectors into 1, 2, 3, 4, and just pick up any radial. Say 120, just try to imagine where you are, on which sector you're on, number 4. Alright, so this helps, and you should just keep practicing radials. And if I just say immediately you're on radial 040, where you are, on the sector 1. So ask your friend, or you yourself can do it actually. Just keep practicing this so that your imagination and situational awareness improves. Alright. So, and I think that's all about it. I'll just give a couple of few more examples quickly so that you can just understand. So let's say you're on, I will just not draw anything. You're on radial, say let's do an westerly sector. You're on radial 220. Radial by default is outbound. You're on radial 220. You've been asked to come on say 210. Alright, so just know that very quickly, difference is 10 into 330. Correction to be applied to the desired course, that is 210, and 210 minus 30 is how much? 180. So heading to fly is 180. and you just turn towards 180. That's all. It's very simple. Alright, so in this case I did outbound to outbound left turn, we subtracted. Alright, so just remember, you should know where to turn, because this is going to decide what to do. So I'm just going to write down the this thing again. Difference into 3 minus desired. Alright, so there's no negative radial. Even if this value is higher, you just use the positive value. Alright, another thing, okay, quick thing, if you say there's a difference is large, suppose the difference is, example, let's do an example so that you can understand. So you're on, let me just use standard examples. You're on radial 090 and you've been asked to come on radial 150. Okay, now if you see the difference is 60 into 3 is 180, right? It's too much, right? So and the desired is 150. It's a right turn, so we will add. But that doesn't it's not going to help you, right? You're going to turn somewhere in this direction, somewhere on the opposite. So this thing is limited to a value of 90 degrees maximum. Alright, so that's the whole thing is limited to a 90-degree correction. Okay, so now in this case what we will do is, so the difference is 60 into 3 is going to go over 90, so I'm just going to give an average of 90-degree correction. Simple. So what you will do is just fly south and then come this side. Simple. So maximum correction I would suggest you to give is 90. When such a condition arises, just limit your correction, the whole correction, to 90. Cool. Alright, and actually honestly I would just use the magical plus minus 45 degree correction to any correction to be given. So for example, you're on 315, okay, and you've been asked to come on let's keep it a little small, say 300 outbound. So difference is 15. I mean, in this case, yeah, we were discussing plus minus 45, right? So in this case I just use the plus minus 45 thing. So just desired is 300 and it's a left turn, we are going outbound. Left turn is subtract, so 300 minus 45, that is 245. So how simple is that? That is also a golden thumb rule. I mean, I generally use that, but then some people want to use this, so that's alright. This is the way to do it as well. It's a hard and fast rule, people do it. There is no hard and fast rule, I mean, but some instructors prefer this. You should know what heading to fly, but at CPL level I would suggest you guys do this initially so that it clears your instrument flying concepts. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now you can actually go to RMI and HSI videos that I'll be uploading. HSI one I'll be uploading shortly. Then we will do DME arc and further instrument flying videos on holding, and what else can we do on that? Holding, DME arcs, yeah, that's all I think. DME arc, holding, and yeah. Alright, if you like the video, do like the video, of course, share the video, yes, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye, take care.